tomorrow night.
February.
Good evening, guys. We're back. It's part 2 of the ILFL Soccer Night show. I'm just looking through the history here that Crusaders and through their season. I'm just checking back on all of the games that they played, and I'm just looking at the League Cup. You played in the preliminary round of the League Cup. It was against West End. I suppose, like I said, you've gone 4, 5, 6 games in, and 1 or 2 games now getting a little bit tight. That first game was against West End. That cup game, you just won it by the odd goal. Did you think then? I mean, I know you said like 1 cup, maybe another one. You know, cups hit and miss sometimes. It's all about who turns up on a day. Did you once you got that first round out of the way, did you feel like now we're really a part of all of this now?
No, not at all. Because Shaquille can vouch for this. The first 3 or 4 months, our team, we lost 4 or 5 good players. To the second part, obviously we replaced them, but against West End, they put a very good fight up against us. I think they were a good footballing team. It was a very close game. So I just take one man at a time. I didn't think we could win. I didn't think we could do the treble until around February time, when some of the old players had to come back, and I thought, yes, we can do this now. And thank God we did.
Ash, you said you came in around about January time. Do you remember the first game you played in?
Against Ace. First game.
First game was
Ace.
West End.
Was it West End?
West End.
I thought it was Ace.
Wasn't that the corner? You played to Errol and
yeah, that was against Ace. That was a 2-1 win, 93rd minute, 94th minute, whatever it may have been. And that was the first game, and they were the team that were giving it the competition, you know, giving it some rivalry and giving us a challenge at the time. It was 1-1 at the time, like T mentioned, and then 94th minute, Errol come out with a worldie of a goal, to be honest. And yeah, that was my first game with Crusaders this season.
But although that was earlier on in the season, Bash only played half a game that day because he had the time off from his other team. He only fully signed for us, fully played for us after January, end of January. He played a couple of games before January, but they were half games. Ace was one of them. Ace was one of them.
I'm going to ask you both the same question because you both might have different answers. Who do you like playing within the team?
As in players?
Yeah.
Honestly, everyone has their part. Like it's a cliche kind of answer, but from the keeper all the way to our striker, everyone has their part. Our back 5 are ridiculously solid. Our wing backs get up and down that pitch, so it helps you. And when you're playing, it's like I'm the little cog in the team that makes every other big clog work. And to be honest, it's ideal for me because everyone works for each other. And I couldn't say to you this one person, because every single player has a role. May they be on the bench, may they be in the first 11, T, whoever, everyone has a role. So for me,
just going to echo what he's saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. Every player has a role. It was interesting this season as well with our goalkeeper, Larry. First time ever he's played for us. He's a new keeper for us. And we didn't know what to expect from him. And touch wood, I think he's one of the best keepers we've ever had at the club. So that helps as well.
Let me just ask you something quickly, Rash. I mean, you're a man that's been involved with Beaumont for many, many years. You understand what it is, what it's like to develop a team mentality, if you like, and a philosophy throughout the club. Is it hard?
It is hard. What's good about it is once you've got that idea throughout the players, the team, be it your management, your captain, your supporters, and once that's set up, it's stuck there. So anyone that new comes in, they know they need to get involved within that philosophy, that structure, the principle. So long-term wise, it benefits the team itself. But initially, it's very hard to get that set up. So it may take, with a lot of new teams, it may take a few years. But once they've got that ethos, the philosophy, the understanding of how the team plays or the structure, etc., I think that's really good. With all the successful teams, as we said in the past, the teams that are prepared, that turn up early, do the warm-up, stretch, etc. They're organised, they're more successful. The teams that just turn up last minute, get changed on the pitch, they might get win here and there, but long term they won't have that success. And I think we've seen with Crusaders every time the setup's good, preparation's good, the ethos is good, and so success is naturally with them. What I was going to ask, obviously, we touched on, I think it would be nice to know a bit more history about the club, with where you players from, where you, other leagues that you played before, even the name itself, a bit more history would be nice to know for our audiences, other teams as well.
How long has Crusaders Football Club been going?
Since this guy was 15, so how old are you now? 27?
26.
26.
Thanks.
You didn't want to disclose that live on it, did you?
No, that's fine.
It's been on and off 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
On and off 12 years. The club started when the boys were under 15, actually. My son was playing for a certain club, and I was helping with the coaching because the guy there turned out to be a friend when I turned up to watch my son play. And we used to play together at Cambridge, and he asked me to help coach because he was doing under 14s and under 15s, and I offered to help him. Halfway through the season, I took my son away from the club. It was absolute pure racism against certain people, so I thought, I can't have this. Took my boy away, and within 2 or 3 weeks, another half a dozen boys left. So I started to train them over the local park, keep them fit for the coming season, for them to find new clubs. During the summer, that 6 grew to about 70. Everyone was coming from the park, joining in, and then we had to change parks because it got too much, and we decided to form the team. Then we came to choosing a name, and this is one point I want to get onto because we've had a bit of stick from certain teams this year by our name being called Crusaders, being called traitors. The team named Crusaders, we were looking at possible names. The first one, Field. One of our players suggested it. We're playing on a football pitch, let's call it Field something. So what we're going to do? Well, we're going to crusade against racism, and we're going to crusade to win football matches. Hence the name Field Crusaders. That's how we started. We kept Field Crusaders for 4 seasons. Then I needed a break. I didn't get a break. I went to coaching other places, other clubs, help out, other communities. Then the boys decided to get back, and we thought, they thought they were all more grown up. Let's get rid of the field part. Mm-hmm. We're getting back together, and that's when we called ourselves Coalition Crusaders. So that was our second stint. This is our third stint. So we thought, what do? We kept the name of Crusaders again,
And just
we
drop
called
the
this,
coalition.
we put FC, Field, Coalition, Crusaders. Simple as that. Now, Crusaders hasn't been done because of past history or whatever. That has been suggested, and we're being called traitors. Crusaders was the name to combat racism, purely. That's all it was. Mm-hmm. And to go on the pitch and crusade to win matches, mm-hmm, and show people what football should be and what it was at the time.
How much of that do you think you've achieved throughout the years with this team? Not just now, not just last season, but over the last 6, 7 years?
Well, over the years, I would say we've had, near enough 20 different nationalities playing at our club, and that, to me, perfect.
That speaks volumes.
Absolutely, you can see it. I've got goose pimples as well. One particular year, we were in the Barking and Harlow League, and that particular year I had 11 different nationalities in my team. Now you tell me what stick we got, mm-hmm, playing in the Barking and Harlow League. So it was a battle against them as well at the end of the day. We're showing them, look, united colours. You want to be racist? Down to you. We'll beat you on the football pitch. And that's how we've done it.
And you still have that ambition and
Yes.
drive to achieve, don't you?
Yes, I want to show everybody. You don't have to be one community in one football team. Have it mixed. This is what I like about the ILF league, because they don't stipulate to you, oh, you're going to have X amount of
This,
our people
that,
in your team,
whatever,
or this
yeah.
and that. Like, for instance, in the Turkish league, it's free non-Turks can play in your team.
That's right.
To me, that's racism. 100% racism to me. That's why I was coaching there for 2 seasons, and I thought, well, I can't be a part of this. I tried to change it, didn't work. I've coached in the Greek league, I've coached in the Afghani league, I've coached in everywhere. Wherever I can help people, I will. And it's breaking the barriers down. That's what it is. And it's love to have all different kinds of people in your team. Why not?
Well said. We've got a minute to go just in this segment, so I'm going to change tack slightly, and I'm going to bring something, come forward a little bit now. I think it was semi-finals of League Cup. Crusaders versus London Tigers. People talk about the London Tigers. You probably heard the hype. You turn up against London Tigers. I don't know what you knew of them. How did you approach that game?
Simple. You hear about if you hear about a football team and look at their record and the quality, you go out with a system that's going to protect you. And then suss them out in the first 20 minutes and then play your game. London Tigers was on the show a few weeks ago saying we got a last minute goal. No, it wasn't a last minute goal. We scored with 20 minutes to go 2-1 ahead. And we've done a job of them. Fantastic football team. They played very good football. But I knew how to beat them. It was simple for me to work it out. I'll give my little secret away. I will always start 4-5-1 against a team like that. And then I'll work out how to break them down and then change it. That's me. In one game, I will change the system 2 to 3 times. I won't keep to one formation, ever. Ever. So I started with 4-5-1, settled the team down, then we went 4-4-1-1, got our goals, and went back to 4-5-1.
Are you learning stuff here, guys? Are you learning things?
A lot of stuff.
There's a lot to learn, isn't there? I hope listen, it's fascinating, and we're all learning about the new team here. Not so much the new team now, and maybe more of a target if they're here next season. We'll learn more about that and whether they're going to be here. And like we said, we'll talk about everything else that happens in the ILFL when we come back after this short break. Stick around.